Please raise your right hand. Do you promise that the testimony you're about to give will faithfully and truthfully conform to the facts and rules of this mock trial competition?
I do.
Please be seated.
May I proceed?
You may.
Please state your name for the court, spelling your last for the record.
My name is Gifford O'Brien. That's O-B-R-I-E-N, but everyone calls me Jiffy.
How are you involved in today's case?
Well, I am the president and CEO for Sleeping Giant Shipping. We own the Edmund Fitzgerald and the SS Anderson.
How long have you been with Sleeping Giant?
Well, I've been CEO for over 20 years now, so it's been a long time.
How large is your business?
We're actually one of the largest shipping businesses on Lake Superior. We have 18 boats in our fleet. So,
I like talking about one of these ships, the Edmund Fitzgerald. Are you familiar with the ship's crew?
oh yes. You know, as CEO, I'm involved in the registration process for all of our ships. So I know each and every crew working for Sleeping Giant. And it's very important that these crews be qualified and experienced.
Was this crew experience?
Yes, they were. Captain McKay, one of our best captains, was in charge of the Fitzgerald. He was working with him were 7 crew members who were licensed and very experienced. So it was a very good crew.
Did this crew follow any set of standards?
Oh yes, all crews working for Sleeping Giant follow the standards set by the United States Coast Guard.
What do these standards consist of?
Well, it's rules like where you can load your cargo, how much cargo you can load, and how high your boat can sit in the water. We always, follow these rules to the letter. However, we do go above and beyond a few of these because safety is very important to our company.
In what ways do you go above and beyond?
Well, I can give you one great example. At Sleeping Giant, we set our freeboard limit, which is how high the boat can sit in the water, a whole 1.5 feet higher than the minimum set by the Coast Guard. And the reason we do this is so our boats sit higher in the water and are safer.
How does this freeboard change affect your business?
Well, of course, when we raise our freeboard limit, we decrease the amount of taconite we can carry, so we lose some of the profit from that. However, it's definitely better in the long run to value safety, and that's what we do at Sleeping Giant.
Let's talk about November 9th, the day the Fitzgerald departed. How did you prepare for this day?
Well, as CEO, I did a lot of the behind-the-scenes work, you could say. I did fill out a lot of paperwork, made sure that the boat was in good condition to leave.
How was the Fitzgerald prepared?
Well, we have a magnificent loading crew and crew working on the Fitzgerald. They were working overtime to get her ready to go, and from a company standpoint, we were all ready to go by November 9th. We had even received approval from the United States Coast Guard.
How was the ship approved by the Coast Guard?
Well, we receive inspections, quarterly inspections on all of our boats, and then we receive a letter after these inspections telling us if our boat's ready to sail.
Did you receive one of these letters prior to the Fitzgerald's departure on November 9th?
Yes, we did. We received it 3 days before it was set to depart on November 6th from the U.S. Coast Guard.
Would you recognize this letter if I were to show it to you?
I certainly would.
Let the record reflect I'm showing opposing counsel has been pre-marked as exhibit number 2. Would your honors like a copy?
No, thank you.
And what is this that I just handed you?
This is a copy of the letter I received on November 6th from the Coast Guard.
Is it a fair and accurate copy?
Yes, it is.
Are these commonly kept?
Oh yes, we have a bin in my office just for these.
Your Honor, at this point, the defense asks that exhibit number 2 be entered into evidence. Its authenticity has been stipulated.
Any objection? None, Your Honor. Okay, exhibit 2 will be received.
Yeah. Mr. O'Brien, are there any damages mentioned in this letter?
Yes, there are. There are 4 minor damages to the hatches of the Fitzgerald that are mentioned in this letter.
How do you know that these damages are minor?
Well, the Coast Guard said in this letter that we could wait until next spring to make these repairs on the ship so that it wasn't an urgent matter.
How do you know this wasn't urgent?
Well, like I said, we had the whole winter season to make the repairs, and the Coast Guard even permitted us to finish out our season because they weren't big damages.
If you had already been approved by the Coast Guard, was there anything else you could have done for the Fitzgerald?
You know, there really was nothing else we could have done to prepare for what the Fitzgerald encountered on Lake Superior on November 10th. The ship was loaded properly, she was all ready to go, the crew was experienced, all I can say about what happened was that it was a very unfortunate accident, and that it was really the Mother Nature who caused what happened to the Fitzgerald, and we're very sorry for that.
Thank you, Your Honor. No further questions.
Thank you. Cross-examination?
Oh, permission to approach this contender up into the bench.
Yes. Okay. Thank you. Cross-examination? Yes, Your Honor.